Alright, in this video we're going to look at Hit to Be Square. There's a lot of organ on this tune. It's kind of a feature. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So a couple things first. Kind of some settings. I've got my percussion on right here. Percussion volume is normal. Percussion decay is fast. And percussion harmonic detector. It doesn't really matter. And then volume is normal, vibrato swell is off, and vibrato grate is off. And then I'm on the C3 knob. Don't ask me what any of that means because I know what some of it means. But yeah, if you start there, you'll probably be fine. So the drawbars. So these down here are all presets. They all make the organ sound different. These two presets, the B flat and the B, are connected to these sets of drawbars. So this B flat right here is this set of drawbars. This B would be this set of drawbars. So we don't need any of these. These are pedals. And then this would be the lower B flat and the higher B, lower B. So we're not using any of that, so it doesn't matter if you notice. Oh, it totally, oh, there we go. So it changed. So yeah, so this set, so I've kind of got them mostly all pulled out. I just kind of pull them until it sounds decent. The middle ones are kind of pulled back. The top ones, so it's kind of like an EQ. This is lower end, high end, but it has to do with harmonics. It's weird. So yeah, so that's what my organ sounds like. And then you can't see my hand right here. This is my vibrato switch or the tremolo. So I'll be using that a little bit, but I don't know exactly when it technically kicks on, but I'll show you kind of how to just play with it. So let's start from the top. So we've got the pickup. So my tremolo is going to be on. So it's going to be beat 3 is the snare hit, and then beat 4 is this little organ swell. So it's like 1, 2, ka. It's kind of fast, so I'm just down and up. And you're going to come all the way up to this E, and then hold it. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, ka. So then we have this little walk down thing. So, my vibrato was on, and then I'm like, I turned it off, and then just turn it right back on, just to give it some like texture. Off, on. So for that, we're gonna keep our E held down, and then we're just gonna, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Just walk down D, C sharp, B, A, G sharp. So E never lets up. And then, so yeah, then we'll hold that for a second, just the G sharp and the E. And then it goes to that chord, which is G, C sharp, and E. Back to just the E and G sharp, and I'm just kind of randomly turning the tremolo off and on. For the most part, it'll stay on, but I'll just turn it off for a second, then turn it back on, just to give it some kind of texture, I guess. Cool, so we'll do that, those chord changes. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then on 3, 4, we'll hit like a, I'm doing like an A, D, E, A thing. So. And then just hit that E major and slide off. And then we're into the verse. So that's the intro. Used to be a renegade. I used to fool around. So it goes through that first line. And then it goes, I used to fool around. And then on the offbeats, we're just going to take our thumb and we're just kind of slapping it. And you just want that kind of percussive kind of sound. So the pitch comes through a little bit, but it's less about the pitch and more about the percussive element. I used to fool around. So we'll hit it 3 times on the offbeats. 1 and then we'll hit E, A. And real quick on that, sorry, A, E. A, E. And real quick on it. I used to fool around. Watching what I eat. So then we'll do it again, but we're not going to do those chords. We'll do the... And then we're into the pre-chorus. So I know it's kind of hard to maybe know where I'm at without the track, but... So we'll be into the pre-chorus. A chord, big ol' A chord, to this G chord, A, and then we hit this, it's basically a B minor 7. But with the guitars and the other chords, it sounds different, but I think that's what I hear on the organ. Yes, I cut my hair. So, yes, I cut my hair. Then F sharp minor, E, and I'm just do a lot of that. You can do a lot of that. Even on like in the first start of the pre-chorus. Hit the B square, right? So F sharp minor to E to this like E, A sus, something, I don't know. I guess it's an E7 sus sort of, but with an A in the bass. But I'm just doing E, A, B, and D. I can tell what's going on. It's hit the B square, and then I'm hitting F sharp, B, and E. Tip to B square. Cool. So that much from the top. 1, 2, ka. Ba da da da. Ba da da ga ga. To be a renegade, I used to fool around. Then I danced to position. I had to settle down. Now I'm laying real straight. Yes, I cut my hair. You might think I'm crazy. That what's going on. It's tip to B square. Cool. So then we're into the refrain. Tip to B square. And then we got this one little organ chord. 1, 2, and. So I'm doing that E and B, E and D with my thumb. B, E. So kind of like a power 5th, but with the 7. Tip to B square. D square. So yeah. Tip to B square. And then that little sequence of chords. So it's F sharp, C, and D sharp, and then chromatically up 1/2 step to G, C sharp, and E. So I'm kind of doing in my right hand, with my pointer and pinky, pointer and ring to middle and pinky, and then the thumb just plays both. If you want, if it'll sound cleaner, you can just omit the bottom note and just do hit the B square. So hit the B square. So the second time it's just kind of chord notes. And back into the verse. And then same thing. Most every day. Yeah, and then that's mostly it. So at the very end, when we get to the outro, so I'm trying to think how it goes. To be square. Tell them, boys, you know it's hip and everywhere, hip there. So hit the B square. We're kind of just chilling on this E, and it's actually with the tremolo off. So hit the B square, hit And you can kind of turn it on at the end of the phrase. So here, there, and everywhere. Hit, hit. So hit the B square. Hit, there. Turn it back off everywhere. Boom, boom. So hit the B square. And then the second time, when like you hear like the bell on the ride, and it's like even bigger, you can hit this higher octave. So hit the B square. Hit, hit. So hit the B square. Hit, there, and everywhere. Hit, there. So hit the B square. And then I think the second time is when it ends. So yeah, we're kind of just chilling on the E. You can throw in like that intro lick if you want. The ending, we got this F sharp 7 flat 9. So it's basically a B flat diminished for us. B flat, D flat, E, G. You don't have to do that, but that's what the band's doing. To this A6 sort of, or just an F sharp minor. A, C sharp, and F sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to an A, 3, 4, E, and out. And everywhere. Hit, hit. And then in with the big old gliss down. And that is really it for the organ for Hit the B square. So I hope that helps you out.